Noam Chomsky, a renowned linguist and political activist, has spent decades dissecting the intricacies of power, inequality, and the media's role in shaping public perception. His contributions span across various fields, from linguistics to political theory, making him a pivotal figure in contemporary intellectual discourse. His work, characterized by meticulous research and sharp critique, remains strikingly relevant in today's world, offering a powerful lens through which to understand the complexities of our time. Chomsky's theories challenge us to think critically about the information we consume and the power dynamics at play in our society. Chomsky's insights into the workings of power structures, the subtle ways in which consent is manufactured, and the responsibility of intellectuals continue to resonate deeply, urging us to question the narratives presented to us and to challenge the status quo. His work encourages a deeper understanding of how societal norms and policies are shaped. Chomsky's work is particularly relevant in an era marked by increasing economic disparity, political polarization, and the pervasive influence of media conglomerates. These issues are more pressing than ever, making his analysis indispensable for anyone seeking to understand the current socio-political landscape. His analysis of the symbiotic relationship between power, inequality, and media control provides a framework for understanding how these forces interact to shape our understanding of the world. This framework is crucial for dissecting the complex interplay between media narratives and public opinion. By exposing the mechanisms by which consent is manufactured and dissent is marginalized, Chomsky empowers individuals to become critical consumers of information and to challenge dominant narratives. His work serves as a guide for those who wish to navigate the often murky waters of media and politics. Chomsky's work is not merely about understanding the world, it is a call to action. He emphasizes the importance of active engagement and the role of individuals in fostering social change. He argues that intellectuals have a moral obligation to use their platform to challenge injustice and to speak truth to power. This moral imperative extends to all of us, urging us to use our voices and actions to advocate for a more just society. By exposing the root causes of inequality and the mechanisms that perpetuate it, Chomsky seeks to inspire individuals to engage in meaningful social change. His work provides the tools needed to understand and combat systemic issues. His work serves as a constant reminder that we are not passive observers in the face of injustice. We have the power to shape a more just and equitable world. Chomsky's enduring legacy is a testament to the impact that one individual can have on the collective consciousness. Power, in Chomsky's view, is not merely the ability to coerce or control, it is the capacity to shape perceptions, to define what is considered acceptable discourse, and to marginalize dissenting voices. This power is pervasive, infiltrating every aspect of our lives, from the media we consume to the education we receive. This form of power operates subtly, often invisibly, shaping our understanding of the world without our conscious awareness. It molds our beliefs, our values, and even our sense of what is possible. Chomsky argues that concentrated power, whether in the hands of governments or corporations, poses a fundamental threat to democracy and individual liberty. This concentration of power can lead to the erosion of public trust and the manipulation of public opinion. One of Chomsky's key contributions to political thought is his analysis of the propaganda model of media. This model reveals how media institutions serve the interests of the powerful, often at the expense of the public. According to this model, media outlets, often owned by powerful corporations with vested interests, act as filters, selecting and shaping news stories to serve the interests of the ruling elite. This process is not always overt, but can be subtle and insidious. This filtering process, Chomsky argues, results in a distorted picture of reality, one that reinforces existing power structures and marginalizes dissenting voices. It creates a narrative that benefits the few at the expense of the many. Chomsky's analysis of power extends beyond the media to encompass the broader political and economic systems. He examines how these systems interconnect to maintain the status quo. He argues that economic inequality is not an unfortunate byproduct of capitalism, but rather an inherent feature, a result of the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a select few. This inequality is perpetuated by policies that favor the wealthy. This concentration of power, Chomsky contends, allows the elite to shape economic policies to their advantage, further exacerbating inequality and undermining democratic principles. It creates a cycle where the rich get richer, and the poor are left behind, challenging the very foundations of a fair and just society. Inequality, in Chomsky's view, is not an inevitable consequence of human nature or market forces. It is a manufactured crisis, a direct result of policy choices that prioritize the interests of the wealthy and powerful at the expense of the majority. These decisions are often made behind closed doors, away from public scrutiny. Chomsky argues that the neoliberal economic policies of recent decades, characterized by deregulation, privatization, and cuts to social programs, have been instrumental in exacerbating inequality. These policies have systematically shifted the balance of power and wealth. Chomsky points to the erosion of labor unions, the decline of real wages, which have stagnated or even decreased for many workers, and the dismantling of social safety nets as evidence of the deliberate dismantling of the institutions that once provided a counterweight to the power of corporations and the wealthy. These safety nets were crucial for maintaining social stability. He argues that these policies have created a system in which the rich get richer, while the poor and middle class struggle to make ends meet. This growing divide is not just an economic issue, but a moral one as well. The consequences of this manufactured inequality are far-reaching, affecting every aspect of society. Chomsky argues that rising inequality leads to social unrest, political instability, and a decline in democratic participation. When people feel disenfranchised, they are less likely to engage in the political process. When a small elite holds a disproportionate share of wealth and power, it undermines the very foundations of a functioning democracy. This concentration of power threatens the principles of equality and justice. Chomsky's work on the media's role in shaping public opinion is perhaps his most influential contribution to political thought. He argues that the media, far from being a neutral observer, plays a crucial role in manufacturing consent for the policies and actions of the powerful. By selectively framing issues, marginalizing dissenting voices, and promoting a particular worldview, the media serves to legitimize the existing power structure. Chomsky identifies several filters that shape media coverage, including corporate ownership, advertising revenue, reliance on official sources, and the fear of being labeled biased or unpatriotic. These filters, he argues, result in a narrowing of acceptable discourse where dissenting voices are marginalized and challenging the status quo is discouraged. The consequences of this manufactured consent are profound. By shaping public opinion and limiting the range of acceptable debate, the media plays a crucial role in maintaining the status quo, even when that status quo is characterized by inequality, injustice, and the erosion of democratic values. Section 5. The responsibility of intellectuals. Chomsky argues that intellectuals, by virtue of their position and access to knowledge, have a particular responsibility to challenge power, to speak truth to power, and to use their platform to advocate for justice. He criticizes intellectuals who, in his view, too often serve as apologists for the powerful, legitimizing unjust systems and policies. Chomsky's call to action is not limited to academics and writers. He believes that everyone has a role to play in challenging injustice. He encourages individuals to become critical consumers of information, to question the narratives presented to them, and to speak out against injustice wherever they see it. Section 6. The illusion of choice. Chomsky argues that the illusion of choice is one of the most powerful tools of the powerful. By presenting the appearance of choice, whether in the political system or the marketplace, the powerful can maintain the illusion of democracy and freedom while ensuring that the fundamental power structures remain unchallenged. Chomsky points to the two-party system in the United States as a prime example of the illusion of choice. He argues that the two major parties, while superficially different, represent the interests of the same corporate and elite interests, offering voters a false choice between two essentially similar options. Section 7. Challenging the narrative. Chomsky's work is a testament to the power of challenging dominant narratives. By questioning the assumptions that underpin our understanding of the world, by exposing the mechanisms of power and control, and by offering alternative perspectives, Chomsky empowers individuals to break free from the constraints of manufactured consent. Chomsky's own life and work are a testament to the power of dissent. Despite facing harsh criticism and marginalization from mainstream media and academic circles, he has remained a steadfast critic of power and a tireless advocate for justice. Section 8. The Power of Collective Action. Chomsky's work is not all doom and gloom. While he is a fierce critic of power and inequality, he also believes in the power of collective action to bring about meaningful social change. He argues that throughout history, ordinary people, by organizing, mobilizing, and demanding change, have been able to challenge entrenched power structures and create a more just and equitable world. Chomsky points to the civil rights movement, the labor movement, and the anti-war movement as examples of the transformative power of collective action. He argues that these movements, while facing formidable opposition, were able to achieve significant victories by harnessing the power of ordinary people united in a common cause. Section 9. Conclusion. A call to action. Noam Chomsky's work is a call to action, an urgent plea for individuals to become engaged citizens, to challenge injustice, and to work towards creating a more just and equitable world. His insights into the workings of power, the role of the media, and the responsibility of intellectuals provide a framework for understanding the challenges we face and for charting a path towards a better future. Chomsky's work is a reminder that we are not powerless in the face of injustice. By becoming informed, engaged, and active participants in our democracy, we can challenge the status quo, demand accountability from those in power, and create a world that reflects our values of justice, equality, and human dignity.